Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Paige and this is Life on Earth. Tonight we are going to be doing a tarot reading for the collective and or whoever is meant to hear this message. But before we get into the tarot, to take a closer look into the energy and the situation at hand, I have pulled an oracle card for you from the Death Doula Oracle to see what Spirit is highlighting for you this evening and wants to make you aware of. So from the Death Doula Oracle, we have regeneration. Regeneration. This card speaks of making sure that you know your past in order to grow, have new growth and move forward, have any type of rebirth. You must know your past. It's kind of like how they say, if one does not learn from history, then they're doomed to repeat it, or however they say that phrase. That's that type of thing. Knowing your past and the ability to bloom in which you were planted and knowing the soil, whatever, it does have a lot to do with your higher self, knowing your higher self. So I just have something to read to you from this guidebook. It's called Understanding Your Higher Self. And I think this has a lot to do with this message here. How does one know when their higher self is speaking to them? A way to begin knowing which messages and thoughts are from their higher self is through observation and categorization of your thoughts and feelings. The three categories presented here are memories, imagination, and will. When a thought comes into your mind, ask yourself, is this thought a feeling or feeling stemming from my memory, imagination, or my will? Fear-based thoughts tend to be tied to memory, and investigating where a fear thought stems from can be therapeutic. Some thoughts may have fuzzy borders and are not easily separated into single categories. For example, a memory can influence what you want, your will, but being able to see that a memory is influencing your will is an invaluable skill. After practicing this for a few days, you will be able to begin discerning which impulses are driving you from point A to point B in your life, and from there you'll have the ability to choose which voices/impulses you pay more attention to. Your will is the voice of your higher self. Listening to your body, listening to your genuine wants and needs is what will guide you to the life of your dreams. This prompt encourages you to slow down, listen within, and ask yourself, what do I want for myself and why? Knowing your past, understanding your past, getting in touch with your higher self, and asking yourself the question, what do I really want and why? Okay, so let's get into the tarot now and see how that aligns with the message, and that's that. I will see you guys inside the reading. I also just want to point something out really quick. It just came to mind while I was shuffling. Knowing your past doesn't necessarily mean sitting there and driving yourself crazy about trying to figure out, what happened in the past and how it, relates to this and that. There's like a quicker, easier kind of trick to figuring out the past, and having clarity with memories and things, everything from the past. And that's from I just realized just being present. You can get that from just being present. You don't have to necessarily investigate and take, this heavy control over trying to figure it all out. By living in the present and letting yourself experience everything in the present in your life, experiences will naturally drive you to a place where you can say, oh, this feeling that's going on right now, I can see how, if you're open-minded, and open-hearted, I can see how that related to the past, and then you can have a better grasp on the past. Does that make sense? What's your overall general energy? The past. The present. Interesting. Let me move this over here. the lesson, the challenge, wow, your power, the near future, influences both seen and unseen, where to go to for support, Spirit's message on how to become the best energetic match to that which you desire. I feel like pulling this card and this card. Okay. Beautiful. In case we feel like clarifying, I'm going to shuffle this deck too. Just give me one moment. Okay, guys. Welcome into the reading. We're keeping in mind that we are trying to get a greater grasp on our past so that we can have even more new growth, even a rebirth, getting in touch with our higher self, and knowing exactly what it is that we really want in our heart of hearts. We have the Three of Pentacles here. I feel like your overall general energy and the energy that like you're kind of giving off to not only the world but the universe at large, is this energy of you playing nice, kind of. I feel like you are being able to experience togetherness at this time, to be a good team player. I feel like you are working well with others. And this may be new for you, or this may be just a new way for you of going about working with others. I see a lot of productivity here. I feel like you are letting your ego take the back seat when it comes to learning. And I feel like there's a lot of, being present with other people and interactions here, which is great because we've been getting a lot of energy about closedness, about having a closed heart, about being afraid of, people and social interactions. Why is this here? Wow. What did I say about that? We have the Two of Cups in reverse. So this Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Cups in reverse. It's saying that the reason you're working so well with others is because there was a time in the past in which you were not so much working well with others. There may have been a situation in which, and this could have been an ongoing thing, the same story but different situations, where every time that you communicated with your heart, your mind, and your soul to someone else, it didn't really work out. There was kind of maybe unrequited feelings. There was no balance in the relationship. There may have been some dishonesty or whatever the case may be. So you're kind of letting that story be an old story. You're kind of moving forward here. Let's look into the past more. In the past here, we have the Queen of Cups. In the past, I feel like there was a part of you that was really, really, really solid when it comes to your emotions, your feelings. I feel like you were grounded and emotionally sound. This is a person who is a divine counterpart to the King of Cups, but just as like, I feel like I get this like motherly kind of feeling from her, this archetype of just like a solid woman. I don't know how else to explain it. Someone who's kind, someone who's generous, someone who's respectful and respectable. Someone who has boundaries with their feelings, but knows where to draw the line with emotions, and has heart and mind coherence, as I like to say. Why is this here in the past? There may have been a situation in the past where you realized that at least some of which of the overwhelm and weight that you were carrying was somehow created in your mind. It wasn't necessarily like a real weight that you were carrying. You could have exaggerated it or whatever the case may be. So I feel like you ultimately returned to your heart space and was able to let go of the burden that you were feeling. Okay, guys, moving forward into the present, we have the Queen of Wands here. This is another queen. This is another very crucial aspect of you that is at this time grounded. This Queen of Wands talks about being unapologetically you in all of the things that make you the unique, rare light that you are. This black cat used to symbolize bad luck. This queen does not care. You are feeling inspired at this time, feeling grounded, feeling like you have freedom and innovative ways to move about your life right now. I just recorded and clarified but I had to delete it. I got an interruption. So it was clarified by the Four of Wands in reverse. Let's just put it back and see what happens this time. Why is this Queen of Wands here in the present? You have put in the time and energy. You have made a conscious choice to have self-care. You gave yourself a time for rest. I feel like you needed it and deserved it and earned it. And if it were to have come up in the reverse position, that would have meant that you were kind of forced into self-care, forced into looking, being introspective and healing, whatever. But this is like you made a conscious choice. There's a lot of clarity in this story. There's a lot of boom, boom, boom. There's a lot of, well, there was poor communication, so I decided to work with others. There was a burden that I was carrying, an overwhelm, so I decided to work on my feelings and my heart. I decided that I wanted more aspects of myself to be nourished and to bloom and to be as real and as possible as ever. So it manifested, basically. The lesson that the universe and the divine are trying to teach you right now is the Hierophant in reverse. This speaks of poor leadership. This speaks of someone being in a position that they shouldn't necessarily be in. With the Four of Wands in the challenge, I feel like it is a challenge for you to move in to a higher timeline and set down roots due to some kind of energy, person, situation in your life that is holding you back in one way or another. Let's get more information because I'm just a little bit confused as to why this Hierophant in reverse is in the lesson. Why is the Hierophant in reverse here? The Hermit in reverse. Isolation and feeling lonely instead of content on your own and things like that could have driven you to grasp on to something or someone that wasn't steering you in the right direction. So the key here is to move forward into the higher timeline and the more authentic, the new improved version of yourself now, set down roots in that place, is to move into it and experience it fully. Bring all of these new aspects of you, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, this person with the Three of Pentacles that can work well with others instead of, whatever. Why is this Four of Wands here in the challenge? Leaving something behind that is dead, done, and over with. That is how we experience the present fully, right? The power here that you have gained and should acknowledge during this time is the aspect of you that has been down a very dark rabbit hole of overthinking, anxiety, this person who has not only has nightmares, so it kind of dissects them and feels somehow shameful or guilty or just horrible about themselves. This is in your power. Why? The Emperor. Somehow going down this rabbit hole of, sorry about that, of darkness and blame and all of that has really turned you into, it's like pressure turned you into this diamond, this emperor, this person who knows how to run an empire, this person who knows how to set boundaries and be firm without being overly aggressive, who knows how to be assertive. Use that power at this time. Because what needs to happen essentially is that you need to be able to see things, people, spiritual leaders especially, clearly. You need to be able to look at a person and be able to tell whether or not their ego is running the show, whether or not this is a mask or whatever else. And you really do have the power to do that at this time. I just want to get a little bit more information on this Hierophant in reverse and the Hermit in reverse in the lesson. Two cards came out. You may have had a blurred vision for quite some time, not only about others, but definitely about yourself. There's another queen here. This queen does not know her self-worth. She does not know that if you value your time and energy, you can create abundance. This queen does not yet understand that, or if she does understand that, she's not putting it and embracing it into her life. It's buried for some reason, this lack of ability to be financially independent and things like that. This card, this energy has to do with maybe even realizing that you have been blinded for so long because you have zoomed your vision into negativity instead of opening up to seeing the opportunities all around you. I feel like this really does have to do with this overwhelm from the past that made your heart stronger. So the lesson here is just to leave what's dead and done and over with in the past and move into your higher timeline with grace, okay? I apologize that took a little while to get out. You know? In the near future here, as the energy reads, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. This could be someone coming in to your life who offers you information, who wants to bring you news that isn't coming from a place that really knows what's actually going on. This person, this information, this situation, this energy that may be entering your life or appears as an opportunity or whatever, keep your eyes open for these people, these situations, these energies that have a kind of trickster energy about them. Why is this Page of Wands here in the future? What is entering, whoever's watching, what's entering their life in the near future? The King of Cups in reverse, see? This King of Cups in reverse, there's a lot of, wow. This King of Cups in reverse does not know how to manage their emotions. It's a very, very immature energy. Like I was saying, this King of Cups in reverse in the future with this Page of Wands in reverse is just telling me that an energy that is going to be coming in the future, you know, is not emotionally intelligent, is not emotionally mature, doesn't really have a tight grasp on how to manage their feelings, could possibly, in certain situations, even be manipulative as a result of that. So we're gonna have to keep you're gonna have to keep your eyes open for that in the future, because we don't want this energy repeating itself here with the Hierophant in reverse, and all of that. In the influences, both seen and unseen, we have the Empress in reverse. This is telling me that something, someone around you, a situation, whatever, is and could be possibly causing you creative block, could possibly be taking more time and energy from you than they really should. And this, as a result, could be possibly draining you to the point where this person who, and this energy that who's coming into your life that's not so solid and grounded and doesn't really know their emotions and stuff, it could possibly lead to a bad, dangerous situation, whatever. Why is this Empress in reverse here? Oh my gosh, we have a King of Pentacles in reverse. That's crazy. This King of Pentacles in reverse is a trickster. There is possible like scamming going on here, lying, deceit, all of that. I just feel like this energy is probably wanting to come into your life, or is going to get heavier in your life, because you're moving into a higher, greater place of light, a higher vibration. And I just feel like these influences are going to try and suck you down. But, you have this Emperor in your power. You are, no one can mess with you. Where to go to for support here? I'm just trying to, my phone's dying. We have this energy of a happy, solid structure in a household, making a house a home, people being financially secure, having abundance. There's the family, there's the pets, there's like the relationship and the house and whatever else. Where to go to for support? I feel like if you have that in your life, maybe your family or whatever, go there. If you don't really necessarily have it in reality, but you have this idea of what that looks like for you, and that's what you want to manifest, definitely keep on feeding that vision with trust, hope, clarity, authenticity, being true to your values and your core beliefs and all of that. Why is this here in the support? Where to go to for support? I feel like you were in a self-imposed prison for so long, and you're finally starting to see these things with all of these queens here, and all of these kings in reverse are just really telling me that, like, it might even be a part of you, like your masculine, your inner masculine and feminine, like one may be trying to tear down the other, or there's just like gonna be this brilliant like alignment soon, and it's just like the leftover kind of like figuring it out, letting go of the extra blocked energies, all of that. The lesson from the divine, sorry, the advice from spirit, rather, as to how to become the best energetic match to that which you desire at this time. 2 cards wanted to come out for me. We have Strength in reverse and Death in reverse. Whatever part of you does not have the most confidence in the fact that you could change and move into this higher timeline, the fear of being weak or actual weakness, let that be something that you leave behind so that it can transform into one of your superpowers. Try not to feed into the negativity of it, because you're so close to this. The key here is just to move into a better aspect, reality in your life. Why is this here? Yeah, it's definitely time to start again, follow your vision, take a risk in a calculated way, and that's that. Guys, if you, with this regeneration card and all that's happening here, take that advice, maybe even write down, what do I really want? Follow the advice from the guidebook earlier. Take note of certain things. This is going to bring you to understand your past better so that you can move into this new cycle and this new growth and rebirth that really wants to happen for you. Okay? I love you guys so much. And I have been working so hard and so consistently. I have this, I don't know if I showed it to you guys yet, but I have this grimoire here. And I've been, working on filling up some pages with all the information I've gained over time about my studies on the universe and magic and everything else. Tarot, and it's just been such a cool experience, especially reading the book The Universe Has My Back, that The Universe Has Your Back, by Gabriel Bernstein. It's just been so cool. I want to be reading tarot and posting more often. I still have days where it's challenging for me to fully express and translate what I want to on camera, but I'm going to keep doing it because that's how you get through it. I really hope this message got across to you and made some sense. I just see you working really hard and blooming in ways that you never have before, so go with it, okay? I love you. Peace.